So you're at that point in using flower pots in your gardening now, just like me. You know, when you think about it, I can't believe how long flower pots have been around. From what I understand, they've been around since Roman times. It's interesting how different cultures will pot their plants with different types of pots and all different kinds of colors. But if you found out just like me, ceramic pots or concrete pots are very expensive. I cannot believe what they get for these things. Some of these pots can run hundreds of dollars. Well, if you're like me, you have a lot of pots, a lot of plastic pots. Originally, I was just going to give these away or throw them away, but I just couldn't do it. I knew there's just some other way I could use these things. Don't get me wrong, I do use them, but they just look terrible in black. So I thought I'd do something a little different. I'm going to do something like I did with my patio chairs. If you haven't seen that video yet, go ahead and click above on the right hand corner there, and I'll show you how to revive your plastic patio chairs. Anyway, watch how I transform my plastic flower pots. Okay, so the first thing I did was put a board under this pot. I didn't want to get paint all over my grass. Next thing you want to do is get a rag and wipe off any dirt. I did take a hose to it, but there was still dirt on there, so I just wiped it off with a rag really good. If you don't have a good clean surface, it's going to peel a lot quicker and the paint won't last as long. Over the years, I've been collecting these big plastic pots that people have been giving away. So I've been wanting to do this for a long time. If you can, try and plan your day so there's no wind and it's not too hot, and again it's not too cold or obviously rainy. It's about 70 degrees where I'm at. This spray paint is made specifically for plastic. I'll show you at the end of the video what kind of paint it is. Okay, as you can see, I'm not wearing any gloves or masks. This paint is not water-based, so if you're sensitive to those kind of things, you may want to put some gloves on and a mask. If you notice, I'm spraying left to right. I'm using quick motions so I don't create any runs. If you do get a run, just stop, wipe it off, and continue spraying. As you can see, this is the benefit of putting it on a board. That way you can turn it around really easy. If this was on the ground, you would have to move your body around to spray. Plus you wouldn't get the bottom painted very good. So all I do is just spray an area. Once I got that covered, then I turn it, then do that area, and just keep going until it's done. If you notice you missed a spot, keep moving forward. Don't stop and spray that area because you could cause a run. Just continue spraying the whole thing. Once done, you can come back and do any touch-up areas where you missed. You can see how big these pots are. This can of spray paint can easily do 2 to 3 flower pots depending on the size. Okay, we're just about done here. At this point, I'm just doing any touch-up, any areas that I missed. Wow, what a difference. This looks great. Maybe purple's not your favorite color, but you can go ahead and spray paint it any color you want. There's a bunch of colors that this company offers. Here's another big pot that I'm finishing up on. Notice I have a different piece of wood on the bottom here. I have a piece of plywood that I'm using. These pots were in my backyard. I'm going to go ahead and move them up to the front yard. I really got inspired when I was in Paris looking at their little courtyards, how they dressed them all up in their patio furniture and their potted plants. So I'm trying to achieve the same thing. It creates a quaint little atmosphere so you can sit down and relax on a nice, cool day. Okay, as you can see here, I cleared everything out and I'm moving the pots in position, one on the right and one on the left. Once that's done, I'm going to position all the chairs and tables and plants and create some kind of an arrangement. Spring has just ended and summer's coming in, so a lot of my flowers aren't full bloom yet, so in time everything will get luscious. Well, here it is. I've got some of the plants laid out, but there'll still be more to come. But I think you get the idea what I was trying to achieve here. A nice little cozy area. I have some medium-sized pots with strawberries in it. I think I'm going to bring those up, and some snap peas. It'd be kind of fun just to kick back and nibble a little bit on them. You can see I've got my lavender and salvia as a centerpiece. Here's a pot in my backyard that I sprayed about 3 years ago that I'm going to have to touch up. So I think for $3 a can it holds up pretty good. Here's one that I just did in my garden. Well, I have a lot more pots to paint. It's going to be fun picking out a color for them and putting plants in them in my potting bench. You've got to see my potting bench that I made. If you haven't, click up on the right hand corner and it'll take you there. You'll see how I constructed it. You'll see how simple this bench is to make. It didn't take very long to make. I even had a bin made to mix up the soil. I also dressed it up with some wrought iron that I found that you can find pretty much anywhere at a garage sale or a secondhand store. You can see I'm hanging here a pot with a fairy's head on it. I'll show you how to stain it and what stain I use. And some really cool gold accents that I applied. Anyway, just like I promised, here's the paint that I used on the pots. The name of it is called Rust-Oleum Painter's Touch. Like I said, it comes in different colors. You can find this at Home Depot for under $4 a can. Okay, well I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it was very informative. Please check out my other how-to videos. Oh, and check out my new website. There's new items being put in there every day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and of course, hit the bell. Until then, we'll see you at my next video. Bye!